I'm Dudley Lynch, and this is commentary from Psych, the blog about thinking skills. When I first met Alan Brunacini, I had no idea that he was a prototype of what I would come to call, quote, the Dolphin thinker, unquote. He was simply a super nice guy who was already being steadily promoted by his employer, the Phoenix, Arizona Fire Department. I was a reporter for the local newspaper. A few minutes after shaking his hand for the first time, I scurried with him to his battalion chief's car, and we headed off to a reported fire at the head of a column of fire vehicles, sirens and orange blaring. It turned out to be a false alarm, but Alan Brunacini didn't. Alan was not only destined to become chief of the Phoenix department a few years after I met him, but also one of the most respected figures in firefighting management worldwide. I featured him in my latest Dolphin Thinker book as, you guessed it, one of my prototypical Dolphin thinkers. He's retired from the fire service now, but busier than ever urging the profession's participants, in particular those in command positions, to do exactly what the subtitle of Leap, my book, encourages everyone to do. He did that a few issues ago in Fire Engineering, the industry trade journal. He wrote a riff on what he calls, quote, power goofers, unquote, in the fire service. His way of calling the power goofers out was to list their power-abusing behaviors in vivid language. As I read through his list, I realized that I'd never seen a better job done of pinpointing what it is that users of the mindset we call the shark at Brain Technologies does to foster scarcity in organizations where they exercise control. Without further ado, here is a sample of Chief Brunacini's descriptions of what power goofers do that proves so debilitating to organizations. Unfortunately, these behaviors aren't limited to the fire service. Some of the items on his list. They are abusive in ways that cause results that range from hurt feelings to disrupted careers. They threaten talented subordinates. They kiss up, kick down. They like the limelight. Front and centurious, as Alan puts it. They are given to continuous self-aggrandizement. They regard everyone as rivals. They are excessively competitive. They make the job and the boss bigger than they are. They exert themselves in the wrong way, at the wrong time. They steal, hoard, and mismanage credit, continually inflating their own performance/status. They assault, murder, or kidnap ideas for personal attention and credit. They are preoccupied with how they look instead of how they are doing. They play someone else's role, do someone else's job instead of their own, operate outside their assigned lane. They possess the uncontrollable urge to unnecessarily fix, change, or alter things by adding their fingerprints to them. They strategically create problems so that they can solve them and then take credit. They cannot take yes for an answer. They act as bullies. They automatically say me, I, mine in every statement about anything positive. They use careless, inappropriate, and untruthful language. And on Alan goes. I didn't count them, but my rough estimate is that Chief Brunacini listed about 100 sins of omission and commission that power goofers are guilty of. I'd strongly urge you to Google his article in the journal Fire Engineering, or just go to my website at braintechnologies.com and click on the title that I provided below. I've reintroduced his entire list of power goofers, power goofs. There. It's a doozy. And that's our commentary from Leap Psych. You'll find our blog on finding and mobilizing what needs to come next at braintechnologies.com. Thanks for listening.